Now let's bring you the latest coronavirus situation here in the West. Andrew Plant is with me. Are we seeing any reductions at all yet?
Well, not so far is the short answer. We're 6 days into the lockdown now, aren't we? But there's a lag on the figures. So these figures that we're going to show you, we'll just put them up on screen for you now so you can take a look where you are at home. They are from about 48 hours after the lockdown started. So it's too early to see any of the lockdown measures affecting those numbers. You can see Bristol there is 426, South Gloucestershire 310 cases per 100,000. They are the only ones over the national average, but there's still some other quite high numbers there. It's important to remember this lockdown is not exactly the same as the first lockdown. So while there is an expectation that this lockdown will bring those cases down, there are differences. Of course, school children, for example, they were homeschooling before, but now they're back at school. So it's not entirely the same, but perhaps next week we might start to see the measures that we're all under now start to bring those numbers down.
And what's the situation with universities at the moment?
Yeah, so this is a massive logistical exercise for every university. Interestingly, I've spoken to some of them this morning in our local area, Bath and Bristol and the University of the West of England. It's not mandatory. You don't have to take up this mass testing offer that's been given by the government. There are a few sticking points that they're looking for clarification on. For example, initially it looked as though you could have as many tests as you want, but some of the fine print seems to suggest that some universities may have to qualify. So they're not quite sure what that means. They're looking for clarification on that. And of course, it is a massive logistical exercise. If you consider that the University of the West of England has 29,000 students, Bristol University 28,000 students, Bath 18,500. They're not all at university, of course, and some probably won't want to go home for Christmas, but even so, there's tens of thousands of students. How do you test them all? And there's a window of 6 days after the lockdown ends to try to test them all and get them all home, and presumably they'll need to be tested on the day that they're planning to leave. So it's a huge exercise. None of our universities so far have actually said they're going to take it up.
Okay, Andrew. Very interesting. Thanks very much. Thank you.